What's up guys, I'm the Static Blair, and today, doing a different video. I'm in my room, at my computer. You can see in the background, my camera is mirrored. That is very, very distracting. So today, I'm going to be reviewing the Star Wars franchise from my least favorite to favorite movies. I'm also going to throw the TV shows in there. Come on, it's not Star Wars, the TV show is Clone Wars. Of course you can see my camera, is a little curvature around the edges. This is, got this camera off Amazon from some random company, so first one I saw, Amazon Choice, I think is what it said. So, I bought it, of course. I say we get right into this ranking. I'm sure, anyone who knows Star Wars can guess what the first, 5 are on here. But without further ado, I got some notes written down. Let's get right into this. For the first ranking, or what we'll say is the worst, I have The Last Jedi. Come on, it's the worst one. Let's just get real with each other. But I wrote down a few reasons. One, it destroys Luke as a character. At the end of Return of the Jedi, you see Luke as this, hero. He saves everyone, essentially. He casts away the darkness. And then what is he in The Last Jedi? He's just some hermit who was strucken by the darkness. Oh no, he has to run away to the little island and just hide there. Well, guess what? You ruined his character. Good job. Another one is the plot is simply boring. I don't care about any of the characters. I don't care about the plot. It's stupid. The Canto Bight scene is stupid. I don't want to see horses running through the street in a casino. I don't care. I don't want to get too much into it, but those would be my... Wow, this mirror thing is really messing me up. Last Jedi is the worst one, universally agreed upon. For the next film, The Rise of Skywalker. And my main reason for this is I sat in the theater watching it. I was next to my good friend Ara, if you guys know him, he's been on the channel. And the film was about to end, and I said to him, it better not end here. It better not end here. And what did it do? It ended there. Why do I say this? Is because it was the most underwhelming thing I've ever seen in my life. I was hoping for some ghosts. I was hoping for Anakin. The Rise of Skywalker. Skywalker is Luke. That's Anakin. That's, the whole bloodline. And what do we get? We get Rey Skywalker. I don't think anyone asked for that. No one asked for that at all. In addition, why do you have to bring back Palpatine? It's a cop-out. I get it. Rian Johnson screwed everything up. But, you just, throw him in there. Oh, yeah, I cloned myself on this random planet. Oh. They ruined Finn. So much potential at the beginning of the trilogy, but I'll get into that later. And, they have the freaking heal hand. They just touch it and, it heals. Why didn't Obi-Wan do that to Qui-Gon? I'm sure Obi-Wan in the first movie was more experienced than Rey was then, right? But yeah, it's pretty trash and not good Disney. Alright, we're moving along nicely here. The next one, which also I'm sure many people will agree with me. I'm sure some will disagree. I think my friend Martin actually disagrees. He liked this one. It's the Phantom Menace. I have a love-hate relationship with this movie because, it creates some of the best characters. Darth Maul, of course, Qui-Gon. But you don't know they're some of the best characters until later, right? That's the problem. At the end of the movie, you're just like, these guys suck. They're dead. Who cares about this and all that? But that's just how it ends up. And one of the reasons why I hate it most is because I'm watching it, I'm like, what time is it? Oh, it's been 2 hours and nothing's happened? Okay.
I don't like sand.
Next on the list, we have Attack of the Clones. And one of the main reasons for this is because, the movie is just so cringy. You sit down, you're watching that, and you're just like, oh yeah, Hayden Christensen, huh? I know he was told to talk like that, and I know, I don't know what Natalie Portman has to say, but I'm pretty sure it's just a problem with the way the lines are written. But the acting there is horrible, terrible. You've seen the sand memes, of course. Everyone's seen those, even if you don't know Star Wars. The ending is cliche with the Colosseum. How many movies have the Colosseum thing? I just watched Gravity Falls again. I'm watching it with my sister, and they go and fight in a Colosseum time games or something like that. I don't know, with some dude who was in jail. That's where we're at. Okay, don't judge me, but it's just cliche, man. Think of something else, George. Come on. Count Dooku is introduced. Again, they do a Darth Maul type thing. I want to know more. Who is this guy? they say like, oh, I used to be a master. Like obviously we know that Count Dooku was master to Qui-Gon and all that, but we don't know what happened, and we never get that explanation, unfortunately. And just like the first movie, there is a lot of just blah 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 blah, just talking politics. Oh, I'm a senator, I make decisions. It's Star Wars. I don't care about politics.
I'm the one in the middle, the Bendu. What do you call yourself?
Up next, we're gonna go into the realm of TV shows. So it still counts in the order. So I do think this is better. This TV show is better than all the movies I previously listed, but it still is not very good, and that is Star Wars Rebels. And the only reason why I put it above some of these movies is because it has a couple key characters and scenes that are just amazing. Alright? Like the fight between Ahsoka and Darth Vader, amazing. The fight between Obi-Wan and Darth Maul, where he finally kills Darth Maul, amazing. What else? Grand Admiral Thrawn as a character, I love that guy. I read the Thrawn trilogy. Great books, recommend them. But at the same time, it's a kids show. Like, they don't have any like slicing like they do in Star Wars. Lightsabers don't cut anything. They like scratch it, but I guess they die anyway. The Inquisitors are cool. They could be better. Not very good. But overall, I'd put it at like a meh. Wouldn't watch it again. And the next one is The Force Awakens. I left the theater of Force Awakens and I was very disappointed because I wasn't really sure what to expect going into it. I was hoping that it would be something new. I watched all the Clone Wars. I was super excited by those. I watched Rebels and all that. Although I'm not sure exactly what the timeline is of what came out first. Whatever, I don't really care. But the point is, I left the theater disappointed. But thinking back on it, it introduces some great characters. And first, we're going to talk about Finn. I mean, he's the first thing you see when you open the teaser trailer. It was Finn standing up. And we were like, oh, a stormtrooper, interesting. But obviously we know what happens to his character. He gets destroyed. I mean, he wrote a whole article about it and did an interview about it with, I forget what magazine, but he did one talking about how they just ruined the character. Another character that was awesome, Kylo Ren. Great character. I mean, he's the only character throughout the new trilogy that improves throughout the movies. Only one. Another great character, Phasma. I mean, this like cool stormtrooper commander. I mean, we haven't really seen a commander before of stormtroopers. We've seen like Captain Rex and Commander Cody. Those are the clones, but we have never seen a stormtrooper commander. That was really cool to see. A couple things that I have problem with in the movie that makes it this low is that I hated what they did with Han and Leia's relationship. I mean, at the end of the sixth movie, you're like, wow, like they're like, you know, together, they're having a good time, you know. But now they're just like a divorced, angry couple. And I feel like people had more hopes for them than seeing them just like break up. And also, I was always very confused. They defeated the Empire. There's a New Republic, and then there's also the First Order, but there's also a Resistance. Like, what's going on? Where's the New Republic? I just don't understand. But you know,
This is the way.
This is the way.
after The Force Awakens, we're entering the realm of great movies and TV shows. Like really great in my opinion. Like I'd watch them again. I have watched them many times. And the next one would be The Mandalorian. Now it's a great show. I'm not gonna say too much about it because it's not a show that I've like been as into as the other ones, but I really enjoy watching it. I've watched it twice through, and definitely watch it. Great show, great characters. You connect with them. They're awesome, all of them. And yeah, definitely recommend giving that a watch. And just a note, in editing this, I realized I forgot about Solo and Rogue One. But what I decided is that Rogue One is below the Clone Wars, and Solo is below The Force Awakens. So yeah, those are where those two belong on my list.
Find him. Boss. Find him! Find!
But the next one is also a TV show, is Star Wars The Clone Wars. Now, I had a very tough time placing this one because there are certain aspects of it that are almost as good as any of the movies. And I know that's a strong thing to say, but after watching the last 4 in the season 7, I was just like, wow, it's it's literally as good as the movies. And you know, the characters are great. The arcs are usually great. There's some boring ones, which is why it's this low. But the arcs are great. I mean, you got Fives, you've got the last arc, you've got General Krell. Oh, some great ones. If you haven't watched it already, what are you doing? And it makes Revenge of the Sith a whole better movie. But we'll get into that later.
Hey, point that thing someplace else.
Up next we have Return of the Jedi, and every time I watch it, it's better than I remember. That's what I noticed. I think Lucas does a great job of adding comedy. I mean, you have many lines with Han, like when he's just his emotions. When he's looking at the Ewoks at first, his face is just hilarious. I was cracking up last time I watched it, which is, I know you're saying, oh, you're laughing at Star Wars. Okay, you know what? Stop judging me, alright? I think the plot isn't necessarily original because, I mean, it's kind of... the ending is a little bit too similar to the fourth one, I think. I mean, they have to blow up another Death Star, blah, blah, but there is another aspect to it on the planet. It could have been a bit more original, which is why it's below the other 3 films. There are some critiques I have of it. I mean, the Ewoks are a bit over the top. Every time I show someone the film, they're like, "Oh, I love the Ewoks." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's new." So, sure, if you like the Ewoks, you like the Ewoks. But yeah, that's my ranking of Return of the Jedi.
You were the chosen one!
In third place, we have Revenge of the Sith. Now, a lot of people rank this as their favorite. A lot of like major Star Wars fans rank this as their favorite. And I might, if it didn't rely on all the extra content that it had to be as good as it is. It's a great movie, especially with all the other stuff. Even on its own, it's good, not elite, but with all of the other stuff, it's elite. It has 2 games that I play, at least. It has Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original one, not the new one, and it has Revenge of the Sith, the game, which is great, both great games, but also they support it. In addition, it has the Clone Wars, which basically turns it into a totally different movie. You understand Anakin more, you understand Obi-Wan more, you understand all of the characters more, and then it especially makes Order 66 so like heartbreaking, because there's so many arcs with Ki-Adi-Mundi in Order 66, Mace Windu. There's I mean in the Clone Wars, not Order 66. But there's so many arcs with them. Who else? Aayla Secura. It's just a great film to watch after watching all the other stuff. But that's the problem with it. You need to watch the other stuff in order to understand the scope of what's happening. And I think if that wasn't necessary, it'd be at the top. But since it is, it's going to be third place for me. The next 2, a lot of people debate on as well. In second place, I have A New Hope. I mean, it's the start of all of this. I mean, the characters are relatable, the plot's great, the ideas are original, it's new, it's interesting, it's exciting. My one problem with it is that it's not the most exciting. The characters aren't the most relatable. And I'm just going to throw in the first one, obviously, Empire Strikes Back. That's the number 1. And that's because it takes the characters that were made and just develops them so much. It just develops them. You like them more. You understand them more. Empire Strikes Back throws in so many more aspects of the characters. The bad guys win. That's the biggest point I wrote. In The Empire Strikes Back, the bad guys win. And to me, like, same in Revenge of the Sith, but Revenge of the Sith is, I explained that, but The Empire Strikes Back is just such a revolutionary movie. I mean, it has the Hoth scene. I'm kind of just like throwing everything out there, but I love this film so much. Debatably my favorite film ever. There's like a couple other ones that, you know, are up there, but that's for a different video. Yeah, Empire Strikes Back, what a film. What a great film. And it rounds off this list. But that's going to do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think of my list down below. And guess what? I'll see you in the next video. Got some shoes coming in the next few days. Peace out.